I don't care how much he weighs, the result will be the same.
Which is interesting because, again, as we've seen certainly in the last two fights, Valdez is more than willing to assume the risk to be great.
Let's talk, because I want to get in the ring with him again.
Well, check this out. Quigg is not going to go home if he gets the win tonight. He ain't going to go home with the belt, so he might not get that call.
That is so true. The belt is only for Valdez to take home if he is to defend the title for a fourth time successfully.
It's worth mentioning, by the way, that this is, in fairness, entirely out of character for Quigg,
yes,
who spends basically his whole life in the gym. As Freddie Roach, his trainer, says, one of the reasons he loves training him is that he has no life except for the gym. He hangs out with his mom, he goes to Starbucks with his
right
mom.
there from Valdez. I mean, yeah, but she's not here to help him out, my man. And then a body shot there by Oscar Valdez, and it looks like Quigg felt that. Round two of our main event between Oscar Valdez and Scott Quigg. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. told Oscar, the Mexican fight fans love you. And why is that, Tim?
Because guess what? Oscar Valdez goes down to that body, that left hook to the body, the signature. You see right there, Scott Quigg leaning over, like I said. You see Valdez finding home for that left hook right behind the elbow of Quigg.
Uppercut too, and when he's got to protect that body, you're gonna have openings, and Oscar Valdez creating those openings early on here in round one. But there's a key punch for him, Mark, that he's got to continue to use.
Well, it's the jab, except that what we've just seen is a beautiful left hook to the body. The last fight, he says he had to learn from that last fight with Genesis Cervania to jab more, to pull out more effectively, as we just saw, not straight out, not with his hands down. I think it starts with that jab.
And when you look across the ring and you see a guy like Scott Quigg, who's got no quit in him, he fought 8 rounds with a broken jaw, because it was broken in round 4. He said at the 6th round, luckily he landed an uppercut and it numbed it, but nonetheless, the body shots are very different, Tim.
Ooh, that body work right now is serving Valdez.
Everything Valdez throwing being one tempo, straight up, hard as he can, and there's a question whether that tires him out. Freddie Roach says it tires him out in the middle rounds. Quigg says it as well. And he became his coach, so much so that Robles was willing to go to Mexico and train and lose other fighters.
Yeah, he did.
Including Mick Conlon.
Jason Quigley, but nonetheless, this is the jewel in his stable. Oscar Valdez, as well as Jesse Magdaleno, that body work, and Quigg went low twice in this round already.
But we're also seeing an improved, more mature, more school fighter. This is a guy saying, I have to fix certain things, and from what we're seeing so far, look how he just got out. He has learned those lessons. He's taken it to heart.
He's boxing. He's boxing him right now, like his trainers told him to do in boxing. He's trying to let Quigg walk into something.
And, you know, then we see the warning, the second warning for Quigg, this time for holding the neck of Valdez down as he punches. But Manny Robles told us, hey, you tell a fighter 1,000 times in the gym, this is what you're doing wrong. But until they get dropped on their butt like he did against Genesis Cervania, that's when they realize, okay, something's got to change. And those are the adjustments that Oscar Valdez is making here against Quigg. Freddie Roach was telling Scott Quigg, you got to keep backing him up, but you got to throw more combinations, because that one punch stuff is not going to work against Valdez. And in the fighter meetings, he said, I'm not going to let Valdez rest in between his punches. Has he been doing that, Tim, or has Valdez been effective in his
Valdez has been effective because he's boxing. He's using that jab like he's doing. He's stepping around. He's throwing the left hook to try to get it around. You see the good defense right there. But I'm telling you, right now, I see that right hand right there. That right hand. You know, Valdez gets a little complacent with his defense, dropping his left hand. And Quigg, being a smart, intelligent fighter, trying to land that overhand right on Valdez. So he needs to be careful.
Nice body work there from Valdez, but he took a nice body shot from Scott Quigg earlier on in this round. Probably the best 2 punches we've seen from Scott Quigg, and we know Quigg has no quit in him, Mark.
No, as what we would call an educated brawler.
That's one way of putting it. I think a very precise way of putting it.
In Quigg, you're seeing a guy who dropped out of school at 15 with his mother's blessing because he saw himself as a world champion.
He did make that dream come true, Tim. Now, I want to ask you something about fighting outdoors because we see Valdez's mouth is open. We see the steam coming from both of these fighters. But in terms of, it's a lot colder than when you fought here, right?
Well, it's a lot colder. I don't remember how cold it was when I fought. It was hot in the ring, man. Against Vodnikov. But, you know, his mouth is open right now. It's the 4th round. You know, he hasn't settled down yet.
Heavier and bigger. He got everything he got out of not weighing in at 126. He took full advantage.
So the question is, you know, there was talk whether he had a stress fracture or not. It's still incumbent on him to make that weight or to provide a reason that he can't. Was it a screw up or was it tactical? Did he come in there to be the bigger bully?
That's the big question. 135.6 was the weight for Oscar Valdez.
Well, this is beginning of the 5th round. This is precisely when Quigg and Freddie told us Valdez would tire and Quigg would pick up the pace.
All right, let's see if that happens. But the body work for Quigg efficient early on in the round as it was in the 3rd and 4th rounds as Oscar Valdez going toe-to-toe, but he's not able to move the bigger man like he would usually.
A smaller guy. He's in there against a junior welterweight. Of course, you know, Quigg is trying to walk through Valdez stuff right now. He's having success right now getting close.
And maybe this is why you make a guy step on the scale. You know, you can be cursed with your own courage sometimes.
Yeah, but like I said, I think Valdez, with that amateur pedigree, the fact that he can box just as well as he can brawl, I think he can find a way to win.
That's exactly what he's trying to do here against a veteran in Scott Quigg, who will come forward, who will take punishment in order to dish out his own shots. And it's the body work that Freddie Roach was asking for, which has been efficient for both guys. I mean, it was working early in the fight for Oscar Valdez, and we were giving him credit, and now we got to give credit to Scott Quigg for using the same tactic.
Yes, Scott Quigg is getting close. He's smothering Valdez's shots right now, and he's trying to land body shots. He's trying to slow down Valdez.
He's using his size to pull his way in.
And the legs of Oscar Valdez from the mouth? No.
Come on, Frankie. Fuck.
Wobbled a little bit there as the strength of Scott Quigg's wide left hook connected on the chin of Valdez. And here, the size differential can become huge. And it's the moment of the fight where Valdez tends to weaken. And that's what Freddie Roach was betting on here tonight.
Stop. Come on, clean, okay? Box.
All right, Quigg was expecting Valdez to kind of slow his rhythm and take advantage. And now we see the cut over the left eye of Scott Quigg. He paws at it. He feels his own blood. Let's see how he reacts to it, Tim.
Now this is the time you take advantage.
Oh, that's what Valdez does. But now Valdez gets caught after landing a left hook to the body. A big right by Scott Quigg. And Valdez has to hold on here in round number 5. Quigg smells blood.
Hey, man. Where's the Vaseline?
He feels the weakening of Oscar Valdez. Can he take advantage in the final 25 seconds of round number 5? He lands it right again. Valdez looking to counter. Why did he get clipped with the right?
He got clipped with that right hand because he made that mistake. Freddie Roach told us that, hey, you want to put that pressure on him, we're going to make him, he's going to result back to what he always does. You know, we heard Valdez said that they went back, watched the tape, they knew, they worked on their mistakes, and guess what? Guess what happened? He pulled back with his hands down. What did Quigg do? Man, that right hand wobbled Valdez, the champion.
Now Valdez trying to load up with that left hand, be it downstairs or upstairs. He wants to connect with the left hook and the body shot with the right. And the blood coming out of the mouth of Oscar Valdez. If that's the case, he may need to do that against Valdez.
One of the greatest and most terrifying fights I've ever seen, Tim. Thank you for the thrill.
There's a combination punching now from Oscar Valdez as Quigg, if he comes in without throwing punches, Tim, Quigg is a whole different guy. And there we see the push from Quigg and Dr. Lou Moret.
And saying, I'm going to punish him, being oblivious to the weight limit. But tomorrow when he wakes up, he'll be the guy who took all the risk. And his career is not going to go forward on our praise from tonight.
But I see a sense of urgency in Quigg right now. He feels that he has Valdez right now, dancing to his beat.
Well, that beat is the body shots from Quigg and that overhand right as Valdez goes once again with those hands down. That's dangerous.
That's super dangerous. And Valdez is resulting back to what he normally does. He needs to correct that bad habit if he's going to move up. I continue to say that every time he fights.
Your best and worst habits come out under pressure.
Couldn't say it any better, Mark.
That's why he's a writer. Puts that on paper, and now he puts it to voice here on Top Rank Boxing on ESPN.
Valdez, one of the striking things when you sit down with him, apart from how personable he is, but you know, a guy spends his life in the ring, and you can see the cuts, you can see the nicks, you can see the scars. He's never been cut, except tonight, inside his mouth. Something terrible is going on there.
Yeah, and it could be more than a cut, and nobody better than Scott Quigg to know what Oscar's fighting through. Look at the way the mouth is leaning towards one side. It could be worse than just a cut. The way Oscar Valdez's mouth is now open, I mean, this kid's fighting through something special.
Valdez is a warrior. That's why I love Oscar Valdez fights. He's a warrior.
I don't know what the condition of his jaw is.
And prove his medal as a Mexican champion.
He trained in altitude in Mexico to help his endurance. There's some debate as to whether training in altitude actually helps you or not. Thank goodness he apparently stayed away from the perilous Mexican beef.
Well, the thing that he said was, as an amateur, when he was a two-time Olympian for Mexico, he was in Mexico City.
They always have a little arc to them.
Big left hook there from Scott Quigg, caught partially by the glove of Oscar Valdez. But Valdez looking for solutions here in the 8th round of this 12th round championship fight.
Well, one solution would be to let his hands go, like he sometimes do, but also tie up. Have you seen anybody tie up during this fight?
Well,
Oscar Valdez never ties guys up.
77-74 for Oscar Valdez. I have it a lot closer than that at this particular juncture. But anything can happen in this fight. Nice work to the body and then the uppercut from Scott Quigg as Oscar Valdez tries to answer with his own and then goes with the overhand right, chopping at the head of Scott Quigg, who leaves that wide open, and then he goes downstairs to the body. This is a toe-to-toe battle, Mexico and Manchester, England.
Now we need to show you more combinations, right? Right, remember.
You see the cross defense of Scott Quigg right now. Old school. I haven't seen that in a while, man, when you have George Foreman. George Foreman.
Oh, nice left hook to the body there from Valdez as Quigg opened up with the right hand.
You're seeing that left to the body that you saw from Valdez the first 2 rounds.
Scott Quigg cannot win the world title tonight because he did not make weight. He's using that advantage to the fullest tonight against Oscar Valdez, whose teeth are out of line. They're offline if you get a chance to look at it later on. Nonetheless, his heart is right where it needs to be, Tim.
He's putting his heart on the line. He's behaving like a champion. He's fighting through pain. That's what champions do. You fight through pain. And also, Scott Quigg right there using the old trick that you do. You know, you get a guy that bends down, you want to force him down, take them legs away.
And you force him down with the body shot like Oscar Valdez there. And he continues to punish Scott Quigg. The weight, that is a huge difference here tonight in how powerful or lack of power Valdez has against Quigg. But that's not going to keep him from throwing punches tonight, Mark.
You go out there and show me you can win. You hit him, you heard him a couple times. Yeah. Taking a lot of shots. Okay.
This is what you came to see. Are you entertained? Because Valdez and Quigg are here to give it to you and give you their heart, their passion, their soul.
And I'm
nice right hand there from Valdez. Quigg still walks him down.
I don't think he knows any other way.
nah. This man, there's no quitting this dog. I mean, he fought with a broken jaw. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Big left hook there from Quigg as Valdez takes it and moves forward.
Quigg right now, I don't know. He stepped back. There's something must be going wrong right now. He's not attacking like he normally was doing early on during the round and during the last couple of rounds. He's sitting back now. What is he waiting on?
In his last 3 fights under Freddie Roach, Scott Quigg connects on or throws 84% of his punches as power punches. Tonight, look at that, 411 power punches. That's about 75% compared to the 102 that he's landed. I mean, this guy goes for broke, but the percentage connected by Oscar Valdez at 36, very efficient.
We came into this fight, the discussion was dominated by the flaws of Oscar Valdez, and what I will leave here with is a sense of his virtue.
Yeah, Valdez has definitely shown improvements, I believe, in his craft. He actually tied up there for the second time, I believe, in this fight.
In his career.
But what I love is that he's using his hand speed right now. You see, using his hand speed, he can't hurt this big guy. He's not just trying to throw one hard shot at a time. He's letting his hands go right now.
Hey, pressure him the whole 3 minutes. This is 3 minutes of your life, okay? Give me it right now, right? The best 3 minutes.
Big left from Scott Quigg as Valdez comes back with something of his own. Both guys are leaning in, Tim. Somebody makes a mistake and gets paid. That could be the big difference.
I want to see the uppercut from these guys. Both guys are vulnerable right now at this point. Fatigue has set in.
His normal power.
Yeah, it's because of the weight of Scott Quigg coming into this fight at 142.2. Nonetheless, both of these fighters are just pounding here in the championship rounds. To think that we have 4 more minutes of this as Scott Quigg has a chance to win the fight, but not the belt, as he did not make the featherweight limit.
Quigg the other day said, I want to leave the ring recognized as the British Mexican.
Oh, big left there from Scott Quigg. Valdez takes it, and it's going to come back with more.
And I think what people are going to leave with is the utmost admiration for Valdez.
But Valdez wants more than the admiration. He wants the adulation. He wants his belt, and that's a low blow from Scott Quigg. No doubt about that one.
Walk around.
Very low, and that'll go on the Scott Quigg no-no list of what he's done for this fight.
Both guys at this point, each of their faces are grotesque masks.
Yes.
I would have taken a lot more time if I were Valdez. Tell you that.
Oh, big left hook from Oscar Valdez. And Quigg now is hurt here at the end of round 11. Can Valdez finish this off?
Give it to me. All right, I know you.
You've been in this moment, Tim. The crowd's going to be pumping. His adrenaline's pumping. What gives?
What gives? Nothing.
Is the emergence of Oscar Valdez as a great fighter. I understand his flaws.
All 3 scorecards go to the winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated, still the WBO featherweight champion of the world, Oscar